So it's like 7 in the morning. I got up about an hour ago. Right now, I'm just getting my lunch and snacks ready for my first day of CNA training. I'm super excited. A little nervous because it's something new for me, but I'm going to get there about 10, 15 minutes early just to acclimate myself. And
Uh, Hello, everyone. I know it's been quite some time, and where I've been for the past 4 weeks, I'll just cut to the chase. I've been training to be a CNA, and I've had a blast. I'm going to try to get through this as quick as possible because I know I can talk a lot. But one thing I did notice is that I was out of a class of 10 of us at the time. I'm the only male. And I asked, I was like, "Are there any other males that work here?" And the instructor stated, "There's like one or two. It's not really a profession where there's a lot of male nurses because of various reasons." And it's like, that's crazy, you know? But regardless, I've never done anything in the medical field, to be honest with you. I've always had labor jobs. I've done YouTube. I've worked at a farm, warehouses, etc. And literally, I was just browsing, and I saw the CNA training come up, and I'm like, it just grasped my attention. I don't know what it was about it. It just something about it just drew me in. And I started looking at the post, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna try it. Anyway, fast forward, I had the interview. It was exciting. They walked me around the residential area, and the more I was there, the more I just felt like I need to be here to help. And I know that sounds cheesy. I really know it does, especially because when I think about it, it sounds differently. But when I say it out loud, it sounds kind of cheesy. But that's just the truth. Like I just felt like I belong, and it- I got the job, obviously, which was exciting, and started training. And I'll be honest, the book they gave us was like super freaking thick. And they're like, you're going to do this whole thing in 2 weeks. And I'm like, what? I'm older now. My memory sucks. There's no way. And they gave us like 6 or 8 pages of abbreviations. And I was like, there is absolutely no way I'm going to remember all of this. But the way they taught, it was just so well done. And whenever I had an exam for the week covering like 6 chapters or whatever we did, and I literally would read it all, do the workbook, but I never studied. I've never been a good studier, if that makes sense. It's just that's the thing I can sit there and do, and I get bored. I'm more of a hands-on person. Tell me I'm doing something wrong, show me real quick, let me try kind of person. And I don't know what it was. Like, I told my wife, I was like, "Hon, I'm not gonna pass this first little exam. Like, I didn't study, I don't remember anything." And she's like, you got this. You'll be fine. You've always gotten through it all." I'm like, "Okay, let's just do it." So I get to class, first exam, and looked at all the questions, and I was just like, I haven't the slightest idea what any of these are. So I just did it. First exam, I think was like 50 questions, something like that. I just did it. Ended up getting a 95. I only missed like 2 or 3. I was like, and that's how it was. Each week we had an exam. I didn't know what it was, but as I'm filling it out, I'm understanding it because a lot of it is just common sense. Like I went in this and I was just like, I got to remember this. I have to do this. I have to remember these steps and this and that. No, just do what makes sense. And the couple of the biggest takeaways was do what's good for the resident, period. Number one, and obviously keep myself safe. And me with a really bad back, is some of you know, some of you don't. It's okay. Some of you know I've been on disability because of my back for years, and this was me coming back into the workforce, trying to get out there again. And I was really worried about that. I let my instructor know. Literally that day, she was like, "Hey, I'm gonna hook you up with some lidocaine patches." Next day, boom, lidocaine patches. Like, you serious? Like, yeah, don't worry about it. We take care of each other here. We understand that, it's a big part and it's something you really want to do. And we're here to help you, at the same time. I'm like, that's awesome. And they're really, really big on proper mechanics, and range of motions as far as making sure that you're not lifting with your back and doing things using the appropriate equipment as well as techniques. And that's something I learned and I appreciated very much because those techniques definitely helped a lot. You know, regardless, to kind of get through it all, I had each week I had clinicals and it was extremely nerve wracking because I'm there with, I'm not going to tell you like I worked in I worked in dementia, I worked in long-term care, most recently rehab, and it's all different. And trying to remember what each resident remember all their needs, it was just mind-boggling. And and my preceptors, which are the people that I'm shadowing, they were like, "Don't worry about it. Like the more you do it, you'll learn. You'll just learn naturally." And every single question I had, even if I thought it was dumb, I asked it anyway. And I advise anyone in the future that if you're considering something like this, don't be afraid to ask questions, no matter how minuscule it may seem to you, just ask it. And every single question I ever had was always answered in a very positive manner. Everyone's always smiling, everyone's always happy, everyone wants everyone to succeed. And that was huge to me. Like that, the whole vibe was just so positive. And then my classmates, we got close together because to be honest with you, you're there. You're going to end up helping each other through a lot of the skill sets. You're going to be touching each other and working on different parts. That's something that's just part of the job. And the more you're more comfortable with that and understanding that, this isn't about, oh, I'm going to touch you. This is about properly helping someone. You know what I mean? And I saw a billion posts out there about, "Oh, I ain't gonna wipe nobody's ass and do this." Let me tell you something, okay? One day when you need help and you can't do it, someone's gonna do that for you. It's not wiping ass, at least not to me. You're helping somebody who's having trouble doing it themselves, period. So get that shit out your head. That's not what it's like, okay? When I'm there and I'm seeing it, I understand that some cannot stomach it, some cannot smell. If this is something that you truly wanna do and it actually hits home with you and you feel it inside, you'll know. When you're there, you will know during your clinicals if it's something you wanna do or not do. I'll just be honest, it's not for everyone. And I'll be honest, I didn't think I could do it. I get whenever I fucking smell a cat throw up a hairball, but there, all that went out the window, you know? When I was there, they were so friendly, and you could tell some of them have been there for a while. They're like, "Whatever, let's get this shit done." But you have to also think that even though it may be uncomfortable for you, think about how uncomfortable it may be for them. You know what I mean? Have you ever been to the doctor and had anything done and you're just like a little like adamant about showing different parts, whether it be your stomach, your chest, anything at all? Think about that shit. So privacy is another huge, huge factor and takeaway from all, respect privacy, you know? And I'm not, I just realized that I just went on this tangent. It's just that there's just so much that I'm just not going to go through it all. But regardless, that's where I've been and I love it. I love the people I work with. Let's just say I love the staff. I love the work, and I understand that, yeah, I'm new and there's going to be days that just suck. I get that. But overall, I remember like I never thought I could remember so many different names and certain things that specific people can enjoy and like and dislike. It was so weird. I'm like, I was in my clinical and I remember shit from 4 weeks ago. I remember my first day meeting, and I'm not gonna say their name. I remember their face. I remember what time they liked. It was just so weird. And I'm sitting there like, how in the world is this happening? I know that the way they teach so well to where it's like subliminally in me, but at the same time, I kept wanting to learn. I kept wanting to help, and every little thing that you could probably think of that a lot of people think is gross, I didn't see it that way. I literally saw it as, oh, let's get this cleaned up. I got you. After that, let's go for a walk. You know what I mean? And every single area I went to, it was just like, where I'm literally like the only male here. It's crazy. I'm gonna post some pictures. I'm literally the only male here, and it's just a shame. And I was told by others there, not everyone, but just a couple, like, yeah, a lot of them think it's only for females, or a lot of them think that, oh, men should be nurses, blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, why? Like, you're just helping. Like, I didn't think that it really mattered, which I understand in history, possibly, it was predominantly that's how a lot of it was. But at the same time, it's just, you're there to help, period. You know what I mean? So, anyway, if anyone watches this and you've been curious about it and wondering if you should do it, if you're wondering if you should do it, then I mean, you sometimes you just got to bite the bullet and try, or just not. But I'm always one to just try, just give it a whirl, and see how you truly feel inside. Don't just think about money or this and that. I mean, if that's who you are, that's who you are. But if it's something you truly want to do, really ask yourself, do I want to help? And two, get in there. Feel out the area. I know different places feel differently. Things are done differently. Get your foot in the door. Give it a whirl. But anyway, that's where I've been. I just want to say, sorry haven't been keeping up on YouTube. I am just going to be part time now that I'm out of training. I'm just waiting on the state test. In another month, I'll be doing clinicals a couple of days a week till then, so I can get back on YouTube and just have some fun, whether it be reactions or just going live and just talking, doing some gaming. Who knows? You know me, I'm all over the damn place. But that's just wanted to give you guys an update. And I know this was a very long video, but other than that, I'm gonna head on out, and you guys know what to do. Stay hydrated, stay cool and warm. Sign it out.